I am Whybot number 7, developed by Obnoxious the 13th Ghost, to fill in for Whyboy whenever he's sick or unavailable, and for God knows what real reason. But my sole objective now is to serve Fuzzy Petals. God. I goddamn hate doing that. Why would my inventor put in such stupid features?
You? But
Oh. You alright?
where's Whyboy?
I just wanted to fix everything, Smolder.
That's not an answer! Where's Whyboy?
Well, here's the simple fact. After I rebooted in the room, I looked at all the carnage in there. Fire, soot, blood. Oh, it painted the room. My circuits could barely comprehend what was going on. And then I entered the hallway. But who would have thought that it ended up like that? And me, I just became another pawn in his plan afterwards. I barely even thought before I accepted his terms. But what really got me angry was learning about his bigger ambitions.
Bigger ambitions? World domination, right? So please share these bad guys.
Too far, toy.
What's going on?
Smolder, he's coming.
What?
Fuzzy Petals is hacking into me.
Oh no! I got a one!
No! Smolder, you can't leave yet.
What? Why? Why do I have to stay?
But Smolder, I am your enemy. That's a fact. But I am going to save this show. But I have no time left, obviously. So I need your help.
Help? Help with what?
He shouldn't know about the other deal. But we need some time. We need more time. I'm sorry, but you have to stall.
Deal? Stall? Stall for what?
Can't explain. It's too late.
He's coming, and he will kill you.
Whyboy? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm terrible. My favorite toy is now busted thanks to you. But I guess you can make it up to me by letting me destroy you.
No, get away! Get away from me! Get away from me!
Come here. It was just getting to the funny part. Oh, hello there, prospective buyers. It is I, Crazy Steve, on my day off. And you know me, when I have my day off, I put on my very funny doggy slippers and watch videos of people getting hurt. It's the only thing that makes me smile. But as you can tell, we are having technical difficulties. So while I fix it, would you want to watch a Cartoon Corner crossover with Cartoon Palooza? Not enough of you said no. So here you go.
Whyboy, what's up? You don't look that good.
I don't know, Joey. I feel confused, conflicted, bored, self-loathing, hatred, slightly disappointed, bored again. But most of all, I feel a deep sense of emptiness. A sort of emptiness that floods you with feelings of great nothingness and boredom once again. But in short, I feel nothing.
Were you watching Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster again?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some things to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now. Come on, Scooby-Doo, I see you, pretending you got a sliver. But you're not fooling me, cause I can see the way you shake and shiver. You know we got a mystery to solve, for Scooby-Doo to be ready for your act. Don't hold back. Scooby-Doo, if you come through, you're gonna have a Scooby snack. That's a fact.
Hello, everybody. I'm Whyboy of Cartoon Corner,
And I'm Joey Tedesco from the Cartoon Palooza.
and today we're reviewing Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. Woo!
What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo.
Well, after Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins became the most watched telecast in Cartoon Network history with 6.1 million viewers, we just had to get another.
Oh, of course we needed another movie because we had so many unanswered questions left from the first one. Like, where did Scooby-Doo come from? Oh wait. How did the gang meet? Oh wait. How did they get the mystery machine? Oh wait.
Oh, and there was no contest, so all the faults in this movie, you can blame on the writers.
And to make this review more interesting, we're getting two perspectives in this review. One from a guy who's actually seen The Mystery Begins.
And I'm the guy who wouldn't be caught dead watching Mystery Begins.
So let's get this boring nothingness started. This is Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster. Well, we start off in a traditional in medias res opening, where Shaggy and Scooby are chased out of what I can guess is their director's house by a Jawa. But thanks to the power of jump cuts, the blandest life form in the universe, Fred Jones, tackles the Jawa to the ground and unmasks him.
It's you?
What? Like it can't be.
Well, golly gee, Joey.
Well, what is it, Whyboy?
I think framing the story like this, showing the entire gang, except Velma unmasking the villain, may have ruined the only slight surprise in this movie. Isn't that just funny?
You're absolutely right. But the kids are too stupid to recognize the difference anyways.
You're most devilish and right, sir. Now, how about we have a generic watching the clock countdown to summer vacation scene?
Well, it wouldn't be a total waste of mine and the audience's time without it. And during this out-of-place fantasy, we get a glance at this movie's Scooby-Doo model. And it looks awful.
Even worse than the first movie. As in this movie, they pushed the style that he's a cartoon a little too hard, and now his bright colored fur offsets the rest of the scene's coloration, making it look especially awful.
Plus, Scooby has this blank stare on his face the whole movie. Frank Welker couldn't even save this.
The gang meet up after school to go to Daphne's uncle's golf club to get some summer jobs. But where's Fred and Daphne?
Shinkies.
Ooh. Oh well. I, for one, think we deserve an explanation.
Actually, what we need to know is why Fred's a brunette and why is his acting as charismatic as styrofoam?
Lazy casting, lazy directing, and to piss off the fans of the original series.
Huh. So Fred and Daphne recount the tale where Daphne was almost murdered and was saved by Fred.
Are you okay?
I am now.
What is it, Shaggy? Let's just say this one's gonna be a real barn burner! Shaggy?
How romantic. Explosions that make my explosion effects look costly. Boom! While traveling, they reach a bait shop where they want to ask for directions.
Hello? Anybody home? Oh, like, yikes. Maybe we ought to just find our own way to your uncle's country club.
Hey, show some respect. Marion Ross came all the way from Happy Days to be in this. So Miss Rose here starts doing an insane rant on the lake monster.
No! You must turn back. You must leave while you still can.
Leave? Why would we want to leave?
The lake monster will return. The lake monster will return.
And Shaggy acts accordingly.
I'm sorry. I know you're probably in your mid-20s now, dude. But were you going through puberty throughout this movie?
I know, right? This character is an overexcitable doofus. I get that, right? But God, his voice is just constantly screeching. It's so grating.
Yeah, it's doing this even more than it did in Mystery Begins. There, it was more a sign of his immaturity with making friends. Here, it's a sign that someone needs to tell him to pull back on the awkward dork impression.
So despite this very ambiguous lake monster warning from Ross, the gang then reaches the golf club and begins to unpack, but in the traditional wacky fashion, Shaggy falls and is caught by Velma with that awful blue screen shot.
Shaggy, are you alright?
Like I am now.
Great, now she become the dominating half of the relationship, creating interesting conflict between the gang and lots of opportunity for jokes and stories.
You know this isn't Mystery Incorporated, right?
Can't a boy dream?
So, with these strange new emotions of contrived love mixed with the munchies, Shaggy asks the only person he knows advice for on love. A dog. Heh, interesting choice.
Hey, Scoob. Can I talk to you man to man? Sort of.
I get it.
Do you think it's possible that, I don't know, that she and I are meant to be?
Remember, best friends.
Shaggy then goes to not Fred and Velma, goes to not Daphne, and do their whole shtick while one partner says one thing on their relationship.
No, it's more casual than that. We're just, we're hanging out.
And the other one says the opposite.
Hanging out? No, Fred is totally my boyfriend.
Yeah, great plot line from a C-rated bargain bin romantic comedy. But here it's as timeless as rotten cheese.
So Shaggy nuts up and goes with Velma out to the beach to tell her his feelings. But Velma is far too interested in the strange glowing blue rock.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It sure is. Almost as beautiful as your eyes.
Oh, Shaggy.
Oh, Velma.
Oh, Shaggy. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Really, Whyboy? Really? You put the wah-wah music in there?
Hey, the movie was asking for it. Don't be pissed at me.
That night, Shaggy's alone to eat his troubles away, but some stagehand turns on the smoke machine, signaling the attack of the lake monster.
Excuse me.
Anything you want to say?
Not really. They're just large toads. What's there to say?
Yeah, this is the series with various ghosts, mummies, Bigfoot, Nessie, computer viruses, surfing tiki demons, zombies, aliens, vampires, and phantosaurs. Even just comparing the last movie's ghosts, where they have the ability to possess ordinary objects to attack the gang with, giant frogs just seems meh in comparison.
So, all the guests flee from the hotel and the gang decide that they have another case on their hands. The first order of business, go to the creepy as heck lighthouse nearby and split up.
This allows Velma and Shaggy to have some alone time together, to grow their relationship and let it blossom into a wondrous rose. Or to have a pointless musical number, yeah, that works.
By the light of the silvery moon, I want a spoon.
Well, at least it can't get any worse than this.
Honey, I'll croon us
Right?
two. One, see new, act two, me you, sex, so, new two.
Well, what are you doing?
Finding my copy of Titanic The Legend Goes On. The rapping dog was at least more entertaining than this.
And the movie just continues afterwards like nothing happens. Wonderful! Well, the gang finds this old crazy guy in the lighthouse wearing a giant frog costume, but it turns out he isn't a giant frog and just exists to exposit that there was a witch named Wanda that was doing all sorts of nasty things. And typical backstory later, she was burned at the stake and now she's back to get revenge with giant frogs.
Oh no, we're no match for giant frogs, especially with our useless guns, bats, knives, steel bites, tasers, pepper spray, chainsaws, or anything you can find at your local Home Depot.
The gang heads back to the golf club and there's Velma finds security footage of the attack and even more conveniently, beach cam.
Why would you set up a camera there? You would just get mildew on it. Oh, to catch a plot device. That makes sense. Well, until Velma accidentally spills green tea on it. Wah, wah.
We then get the start of the subplot where everyone's jealous and angry at everyone. Fred with Daphne hanging out with some tennis jocks and Scooby with Shaggy as Shaggy begins to ditch him for Velma.
Don't forget the awful special effects for Scooby-Doo! Suddenly the gang is attacked by the frog and they split up, with Scooby saving Shaggy with a very slow-moving ATV, and Fred and Daphne go and hide amongst the golf carts.
This doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as a lake monster.
Hey, wait a minute, didn't the last movie have a town of real ghosts and spooks or something? That is if I actually watched that movie, but from what I hear on Wikipedia?
You silly goof! He's cynical! That means it makes sense.
No, it doesn't!
You know what? You deserve to see the reference now!
Really, movie? Really? Why'd you do that? You're clearly showing us how much this character has nothing to do with the original Fred. So stop making this tool any more of a poser.
Oh, forget needless things like poor casting choices. We need to find Velma. Let's find her in the most obvious she totally did it place ever.
It's almost like these hacks stink at writing a mystery.
Oh, it gets better. After finding that the cloak figure had a purple streak of paint on them, like a boat they passed, Shaggy says screw giant frog monsters and asks Velma out on a date. Frog monster date with Velma. I personally would have chose the frog monster.
So while these two knuckleheads go on the boat and get immediately locked in a death trap, Shaggy and Velma have a quote-unquote wacky dinner as jealous Scooby arrives to ruin it.
Hey, what more interesting show and or movie are you watching?
Well, right now I'm watching a little bit of Gravity Falls and some of that new TMNT show, but honestly I'm looking forward to that new Epic movie coming out. I love me some Blue Sky. Now what about you?
Watching Duckman and the Oblongs mostly. They're very two smart shows. Well, anything is smart compared to this homogenized crap.
No, Shaggy, don't. The waiter will bring it up.
Would you care to hear our specials?
So the day goes from unfunny to worse as Shaggy gives Velma another blue stone, making her leave. Back in their room, Scooby's being all pissy because he's not center of attention.
I remember when Scooby-Doo was fun. Those were the days.
Then Daphne and Fred show up, having escaped their death trap, and now broken up as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Really sucks.
Totally.
Next.
Shaggy then conveniently realizes that the old convenience room is named backwards. It's the witch's name from before. So they go to her house to question her, but the cloaked figure is there waiting for them. And we get the same scene as before, but this time with the reveal!
It's you?
What? Like it can be!
Velma?
Well, geez, if you didn't have that opening, this would have made for a great twist ending. You know, actually worked like a mystery, like most Scooby-Doo movies. So Velma's the culprit, but not only that, she's been possessed by the witch, through the blue stones, and she plans on making more frog monsters, or something equally as ineffectual. So the gang reconciles and Scooby dives into her lair where not Fred, Daphne, and Scooby lure away the frogs to let Shaggy use the only thing he knows to save Velma.
Oh, by the light of the silvery moon. What is it? What is it? By the light.
Not the dark, but the light.
Of the silvery moon.
So the day was saved through the power of
Singing about love.
You know, maybe next time we should watch something more mentally challenging. Like Pound Puppies or Barney.
No! Revenge was in my grasp! And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids and your rotten dog!
And there was much rejoicing.
So those two kiss, realizing that deep down it was just a crush, and they all decide to remain friends. I'm sorry, why was this made again?
To answer the most important question of all that nobody cared about. How they became incorporated.
Yeah, 'cause the kids would be so interested in seeing how an old gang would get incorporated like this, huh?
Oh, they don't, but let's give our final thoughts anyway. But you first, I insist.
Oh, can I just say that this movie sucks? I don't know what's worse. A DTV Scooby-Doo movie, or one that's made in live action. If this movie's any indication, I'm going with the latter. Granted, I like the first theatrical movie. However, the cheapness of this actually makes the original show look like a masterpiece. And here's something that I usually complain about on my own show, and that's the film's running time. An hour and a half, kids aren't even going to be invested in the mystery. Adults? Pfft, forget about them. So if I had to go with a rating, I may as well forget about it.
That's not very hard to do. I never felt this movie was terrible. It's just nothing. A bunch of PC fluff surrounding no solid center of story, character, or etc. It feels like one of those flowery fan fictions where everyone falls in love with everyone else, but status quo must be made, even at the sacrifice of making a moral. This movie literally adds nothing to the series of Scooby-Doo or as entertainment as a whole. I've seen way worse movies, but this will fade from me as soon as this review is done. In fact, what were we talking about again?
I actually have no clue what we were talking about. Do you want to watch something good for a while?
Do I ever?
Oh, thank money, that was getting unbearable. Oh, you're back. And as you can tell, I have fixed the technical difficulties with the power of the remote. All hail the remote. So are you ready to go back to watching a scene where Smolder gets the ever-loving crap beaten out of him by a Whyboy look-alike? You are a depraved person, sir or madam, but let us continue. You know? Smolder, was it? You really, really pissed me off with all your meddling and how you broke down my toys because you had an emotional breakdown. Oh, you really frustrated me. But you know, seeing as how you taught me that I could take this body for myself, maybe I should go light on you. Having this as my new toy, it's great. A Whyboy bot that I can beat the shit out of, and it doesn't even hurt. Oh wow, that is awesome. Woo! Oh, what enough fun. Now, where were we? L-E. Oh, that's right. We're at the point where you beg the wonderful super villain for your life. Oh, and I got something special for this occasion. A super villain black sweater. Not the most expensive thing, but I think it conveys the tone. What do you think? I like it.
Doing this.
I just felt like celebrating today. Because now that I know that little puppet is coming back with the rest of the CC game, I can truly kill them for real and not just spook them away. So I have to thank you.
You're no super villain. You're just a bully. Just a big, stupid bully.
Bully? Ooh, such harsh words. But let me tell you something. Can a bully send your little Whyboy DVD to make him nearly go insane? Can a simple...
Oh my god, is he seriously kissing his own ass this much? Being beat up was less painful. But what should I do now? Ugh. Guess the only thing I can do. Stall. And I think I know how. Pissing him off. Childish teasing, activate.
Down as one of the greatest villains ever. Oh, man. I will be disappointed. Bully.
Are you sure? What? Like, I barely noticed anything going wrong in the first season or the second season of the show. Are you sure you were there? Because I would have really noticed something like this.
How dare you! Look at where you are. I pulled you to a little pulp, and you're bad-mouthing me?
Oh, good for you, you beat up a baby dragon. That gives you the gold medal of awesomeness, yay! Oh. Whyboy thought he was a coward, a weakling. But you know who I think the real weakling is? You! You're the weakling, you jerk!
I'm the one who beat you up. You're the weakling in this. Don't try to push me. A weakling. I have more power than anyone. And I'll destroy you and the rest of the CC gang easily with this body.
You're nothing but a weakling! 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 Weakling!
I won! I beat you! I killed Whyboy, I killed Harold, and now I'm going to kill the rest of your little gang! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! What just happened? My hand! What the hell happened to my hand? And why do I feel it? This is just a robot body! I shouldn't be feeling pain!
Finally! I can finally come out and play.
Damn you! What did you do to me?
There are a few things you should know about me. Firstly, through my experience as being the devil's assistant, I can transfer pain to anybody I want. Within reason, of course. You being attached to that robot, for example, makes it so childishly easy to transfer the pain of that robot to you. It's funny, really.
You're supposed to be dead!
Second, that whole killing me thing. Yes, you can kill any of the devil's spawn, but we do resurrect. With some penalties, actually. Resurrection is probably what you mortals would call true hell. It's of gas! Now, I have a little itsy bitsy question for you. For someone like me that just went through the true hell, how do you think I feel now?
I'll kill you.
Oh, that's not even close to the right answer. The correct answer is fucking pissed off. Now, any last words?
I'll kill you. I'll kill all of you. Mark my words.
So original. Ah, the death scream and foe that I really despise. Ah, it warms the cockles of my heart. Oh, Ace Holder, didn't notice you there.